Hello there and welcome to my 12th 3D tutorial. And in this tutorial you will learn how to do this. Well, it looks familiar, same thing as it was in my other ones. But one major difference that you can't see right here is that I put it together using no code whatsoever. What I did is I made tabs. Now, I can first show you how to what Cell does. So as you can see, mouse collisions as usual, and then of course I have a ball in the middle in which I can zoom around, terrain in the background, and if I press space I switch to first person view. There we go. That also lets me move, and I can switch back by pressing space again and moving around this way. And then of course I also go up and down with the terrain. Now, this all looks very boring, especially if you've seen my other tutorials, but I'll now show you why this is so special. I'm going to the object, and voila, no code, no code, no code, no code. Now, here's how I did it. I have a little tab here, and as you can see, these don't look normal. They don't look like any of these. They're different, that's because I made them. So what you do to add this to your game is you have to click this little plus button up here. And then, well, I already have it in there. But what you do is you click install. You find install. Then you have to find it. No, I just call it D3D right there. Open. Right, yes. So, okay, now I have it in there. So then it'll be over here, and it'll always be over there. You only have to install it once. And then you move it over here, which I already did. There we go. So it's in here. So then, to start off your D3D, you want to put it in here. So D3D start. Now, that I just put in a lot of code and stuff, and basically just starts your 3D room. And then I just set a couple of variables here and for step. Now, this here is just making sure, like space click and stuff. So what I'm doing here is right now there's two moves for third person and for first person. Here is move in like first or third person. Anyway, so they're both different. As you can see, I put them in different categories here. And now terrain Z. Well, I'll talk about that later. Alrighty, so in here, first person view, you don't do anything to that. You just stick that in there and draw. And then third person view, same thing. Nothing in there. Oh, except for you have to choose the object, which would be you. And then space, well, of course, this is just a little bit of variable stuff to make it so that when I click space, I change over. So you don't need to know that, because, well, that's pretty easy. So now object, this would be my terrain, so all I have to do is terrain create. Size and max height, now this is all already set, and I wouldn't change it unless you want to have fun. So then I choose my height map. As you can see, it's there again. I have to add that in. And then terrain draw. Well, I just choose the background I want. So I'm going to choose that one already. And that's it. Now it draws the terrain. So now for script. Now this is the only script you need to add because I'm kind of cheaped out. I didn't really know how to do it. So this script right here, terrain Z. You just have to add this and you have to call it ZZ. I'll have it in this little folder here in the Z code file. See here? So yeah, just copy that in as a code and call it ZZ. And that's about it. That's all you really need to do otherwise. Alright, now for the mouse collisions part. So you have to set mouse checking. Wait, don't need that. Part 1. So now you need the texture that it's going to be, so I just made it the red one. Alrighty, so now now when you do models, you have to draw a model. It has to be a model, otherwise it doesn't really work. Like, I could make it work, but I decided not to. So model equals, D3D model block. So anyway, write a model. Now you can also load models. I decided not to do it because that would make it a bigger download. So draw model, and then there is load model. So all you have to do then is bring it in, choose the variable, and the name. Alrighty, so then you have to, mouse checking part 2 has to be an alarm 1. And then you just have to stick that there. Last step, I'm going to want this to be terrain Z as well. Now terrain Z simply sticks you at the Z height, which would also be this. Well, it just does that. That's why I have to name it ZZ. So now draw mouse checking point 3, just choose the model, which I prefer to name model, and then background 1, this will be the background when it's off the mouse, and background 2, which will be the one when it's on the mouse. So there we go. And then you stick them in the room. Voila! We have 3D game. And that was a lot easier, especially because I just taught you how to do something in which it took me lots of tutorials to teach you before. So, and note I will be giving you updates later on this file, such as maybe I'll add jumping for 3D objects and such. Very nice. So, that was very easy to do this. So yeah, I will be giving you this file, allowing you to do this. If you have any questions, please ask me. And that's all I have for this tutorial. Goodbye.